Missed an episode of your favorite podcast? Choose from over a decade of content in our archives, not just the latest episode. All free at GCNlive.com.
And welcome to the Nutrimedical Report. We're always trying to get feedback from people and try to improve it. We're going to be improving the number of new people that are coming in the program in terms of broadcasters on this and other networks that have great viewpoints and analysis. And also, we want to encourage you that we've had some feedback from some people that are afraid to call in because they think, quote, I'll embarrass them. No, there's no such thing as a bad or stupid question. There is a bad attitude and problems that need to be corrected. If people say something outlandish that could harm other people if they believe it. But other than that, there's no such thing as a stupid question. If you want to ask a medical question, geopolitical question, the big issue that happened last night, of course, was the craziness that happened in Baltimore, and we can weigh in on that and what's going on. I have my viewpoints on what a solution is, which is to train officers in non-lethal weapon tactics, to have, if you want to call it, a civilian militia that interfaces between the police and the public, to defederalize the police forces in towns and cities, which is federalization of the police force is, if you want to call it the matrix, it is martial law, it is the New World Order. And people say, well, no, it is. Yes, it is. And there's a number of new cities under Obama that are getting, quote, federalized police forces, which I think is horrendous. At the very least, if they're failing, let's retrain them. Let's get a civilian militia in there as well. And also, let's interface with the public so that they know that they can respect the officers there. We also need a phone app where we can actually identify officers that are out to lunch and then start filing civil lawsuits. I spoke this morning to Dr. Fred Graves from Jurisdictionary. He'll be back on the program. And his program, Jurisdictionary, is the best out there. We'll be putting up a banner ad and putting up Dr. Fred Graves to talk about how to become a pro se litigant expert. But I think that civilians need to start filing lawsuits. You can start off with something simple like small claims court. Believe it or not, if you bring small claims against a particular police officer or a police department, if there's a bad officer, and believe me, it's probably only 1 in 100. The other is what I call miss or training, where they get lethal weapons only and not non-lethal. There are non-lethal weapons that they now have researched and developed that are available. Dazzle weapons that can make you blind for 30 minutes. Seizure weapons, you can aim it in direction, and literally if you push the button, anybody on their side will drop to the ground, and it won't kill them, but they'll drop to the ground. The worst they might have is a broken tooth if they hit their face, but they're not going to die. This gentleman last night, where they shoved into a police cruiser and broke his leg, and then later in police custody broke his neck, that's unacceptable. And of course what it does is it puts police in grave danger, because as I remember as a child, that I saw policemen and looked up to them. But if police are not respected by the public, they cannot police the public. And if the police get violent with the public unreasonably, we will eventually see the movement toward things like Chappie, the movement toward robotic super cops, or drones that will be patrolling our cities with terahertz wave scanners so they can look through the side of buildings. And everybody will have some kind of anklet or tracking device, or, as I said before, just make a mandatory Velcro for your cell phone so that they can track you on your cell phone, because there's lots of apps that do that already, including the one that you turn on a light on your cell phone. It's even on if your, quote, cell phones are turned into a totally off position. So training, identification of bad officers, civilian lawsuits, having a database. If you're able to have a phone app, which somebody out there is smart can put a phone app together, to identify specific officers and their badge numbers that are doing bad things, and eventually deciding to put together groups that'll file pro se litigant action. That, to me, is scary, because the Legal Association and the Bar Association don't want to. Remember, the Bar is the British Authorized Registry. If you start taking actions of the public to remove bad officers, just like removing a let's say an ingrown hair on your body, would be a similar thing. The other hairs, you don't have to pluck them all out. You have to retrain them so that they go the way you want. So you have police officers that would have non-lethal weapon systems first that can deny a individual even carrying a lethal weapon to do something, because you don't even need to aim these, to be honest with you. and ways of making certain that the police can do their job to protect the public, so it is safe to go outside and do things. So that's the solution. So we don't need to have Baltimore. What they want to do, of course, the powers that be want to have a system of dialectic of chaos so they can bring even a greater state of martial law. And we see that under Obama, we see that under Bush. So the powers that be don't want a more peaceful situation. And the idea is not to disarm the public, it's to also provide the public with more protection. If the public has, for example, has been blocked to having level 3 body armor, why? If the public is being harassed to not have 223 ammunition or steel-tip weapons, why? Guns don't kill people. Guns are there so that people don't kill people and police don't get out of control. And the government doesn't decide to use a form of military martial law, which, by the way, they know is impossible, that they want to get more and more controls or make ammo illegal, which is why under Obama they've gotten rid of all of the lead mines in the United States. Not that there's not lots of lead in other ways, from lead batteries and elsewhere where you can get. But the problem is we don't want an increasingly militarized police force with Bearcats and heavy artillery and weapons that are used when you go into a foreign country in American cities. We want police able to police with non-lethal weapons first, and if they do have to use lethal weapons, they have a protocol, which, by the way, the Supreme Court says if someone is running from you or someone is not resisting, you cannot use lethal force on them or undue physical force that can cause physical harm. Those are written in the law, and obviously the officers that are operating are not properly trained, because I believe that also what we should do is have, just like on every police cruiser, a video cam. There should be a video cam on every officer, and it would certainly stop bad behavior, because it would be a digital live cam that would record everything they do. And that, to me, would solve a lot of the problems. You wouldn't have it anymore. You'd have a public who would be informed as to where bad officers are. They know their GPS coordinates if they're coming to their town or city or community, and we could track and tag them. And that way they can do their job, and the public can feel safe that they're not going to get hit with a shot inappropriately or their legs broken being shoved into a cruiser, because it would all be controlled. The officers themselves could be charged with a serious crime and the police department fined for major money. They wouldn't be willing to do that or put up with officers that are acting like thugs. And the good officers would have a stable life, not being afraid of the public, that the public's going to use lethal force on them, because they'd have effective non-lethal force that can completely paralyze and neutralize any person in the public trying to harm a police officer. Those are the technical and physical and educational solutions. And we need to start talking solutions instead of just getting all hyped up about what we need to do. I believe we need to be a better armed public, but we need more civilian militia. And we certainly need to demilitarize and defederalize all these cities and towns. If we don't do that, we're going to expect to see eventually the public will completely resist the police force, and they will ante it up to eventually have robotic and drone cops in 10 years on the beat, flying around cities, scanning through buildings, tracking people by their cell phones or their GPS or some kind of anklet or bracelet they have to carry on their person. And as I just talked to J.D. Moore this morning, he'll be on the program this coming Thursday. J.D. is over on Truth Frequency Radio, who was a co-host with Power Hour with Joyce Riley. And J.D. had an interesting comment. He said, in China they just passed a law to have a social rating of your online activity before you could even apply for a job. And, of course, it's the attempt by the communist crazy maniacs that are in the communist government to control the younger people. This is the dying, we call death throes of the old communist regime, which are getting very old. They're in their 70s and 80s now. And the young people, only not 1 person in 9 can get a job in China, even if they're highly qualified. So China is actually more likely to have an internal revolution than any other country, including Muslim countries or even, a European country like Greece. Most likely the Greeks will solve their problem by simply no longer playing games with the banks, and they'll start coining their own money again. Most likely America, if we get the right president, which is Dr. Rand Paul, and we need to also discipline him so he responds to our needs, which is, what are you going to do about pro-life issues first? What are you going to do about foreign policy dealing with countries like Iran with nuclear weapons? Why do you support countries like Saudi Arabia, Yemen, and Qatar that support ISIS? Why are you dropping weapons systems and satellite phones to ISIS and ISIL? And why do you allow Israel to have military weapons which we give them free to do things that we don't agree with? A lot of tough questions. So when we come back, we want your tough questions. 800-259-5791. 800-259-5791. Baltimore, just like The Wire, can't happen again.
Hi, John Hubner from Midas Resources. Are you tired of watching your hard-earned assets dwindle away? As government spending is out of hand and the Federal Reserve is creating in excess of $20 billion a week, are you tired of stockbrokers gambling away your hard-earned money? Is this market a setup for a crash greater than 1987? Too many of today's policies resemble those that led to the collapse of 1929. This is John Hubner, and that was me in 2007. And we all know what happened when the subprime credit bubble burst. By March 2009, the dollar lost 50% of its value. The entire U.S. banking system was on the verge of collapsing. Like all financial problems of the past, is history about to repeat itself? Call me, John Hubner, at 1-800-686-2237, extension 129, before it's too late to protect yourself. Will the oncoming catastrophe take all private IRAs, 401ks with it? There is a way to protect your hard-earned assets. Call me, John Hubner, at 1-800-686-2237, extension 129.
Is your whole health constantly challenged? Would you like to age less? Then consider taking Ageless Chocolate and Life Support from Nutrimedical.com. Ageless Chocolate is a clinically validated, all-natural, fructose-free formula comprised of ingredients to promote overall gastrointestinal health and optimize the body's ability to detoxify harmful substances. In short, it will make you age less. Take Ageless Chocolate together with Life Support from Dr. Bill Deagle's Nutrimedical.com. Life Support contains metabolically activated nutrients and detoxification cofactors that support stem cell rejuvenation, metabolism, gastrointestinal health, and anti-inflammatory pathways. Learn more and order Ageless and Life Support online at Nutrimedical.com or call 888-212-8871. That's 888-212-8871. Or go to Nutrimedical.com, spelled N-U-T-R-I medical.com. Nutrimedical.com, bringing nutrition and medicine together.
You pick up the receiver with your heart racing and sweat dripping from your forehead. You finally muster the courage to dial the number to call into your favorite talk radio show. It rings once, twice, and then...
Hello, it's GCN. What's your name and the state you're calling from?
Surprised you got through, you squeak out.
Jason from Minnesota.
Please hold.
As you patiently wait for your turn, you begin to daydream about being a famous talk radio host and what it would be like to have your own show.
Jason from Minnesota, you're up.
Millions of loyal listeners worldwide waiting to call and talk to you.
Caller, are you there?
Cheering crowds surround you, calling out your name.
Jason! Jason!
Going once, twice. Okay, we gotta move on to the next caller.
You blew it.
Huh? Wait, no!
Interact with the host you're listening to right now, online at GCNlive.com. Click on the community link. Engage with other listeners. Ask questions. Start debates. Don't agree with the host? Let them know. Be a part of the community at GCNlive.com.
Don't complain about your cable bill going up and up and up. Do something about it. Grab a pencil and jot down this special number, 1-855-905-MY-TV. The more cable TV rates go up, the better digital satellite TV looks. Say goodbye to the cable guy and get more of your favorite channels in 100% digital quality for less money. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. Sign up for packages starting as low as $19.99 and there's no equipment to buy. You get free HD TV upgrade, a free DVR upgrade, and free professional installation. You control what you watch when you watch it. Record your favorite shows. Pause and rewind live TV. Even skip the commercials. Watch local channels too. At just $19.99, what are you waiting for? Pull out your major credit or debit card. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV. Say goodbye to the cable guy. Cut costs and get more. 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV.
Not just an alternative to the mainstream media. We're the premier independent talk radio network. We are GCN.
And welcome back. And I want to touch on some very, very important nutraceutical news. Here at Nutrimedical, we have some special clearance sales going on today. And they're going to continue for a while until we have these products cleared. We're actually opening up to bring in new products on. Ageless Energize. We have a clearance sale on. It's now down to from $84.95 to $59.49. Ageless Energize, which is the product. It's like the Ageless, but it has additional products, including the chlorogenic acid for burning off calories. It has also all the components present in Vitamin Max Minerals Plus, probiotics, digestive enzymes, etc., and immunoglobulins. Pretty amazing. Glycemix Chocolate Mint. We are keeping the Glycemix Vanilla. That seems to be much more popular. We are going to drop the price from $79.95 to $55.96. So Glycemix Chocolate Mint, if you want to try it out, it's fantastic. I use it every day. I'll be using the vanilla version, and I'll be adding, of course, my cocoa powder. But the Glycemix Chocolate Mint is on clearance, so fantastic deal. And then also lactose blocker, and again, this is the only neutral pH lactose blocker. We are clearing it, and it is dropping from $49.95 to $34.96. Lactose blocker. So if you have lactase intolerance, this is more powerful than any enzyme you're going to buy in the pharmacy or anywhere. NutriComplete, which is the red, greens, and veggies drink blend. We are clearing that, and it's dropping to $48.96 from $69.95. And you get free shipping on all of those specials. Free shipping on all those specials. We are going to be bringing on the Sports Energy Lights drink, which is nitrogen sachets. That'll be available probably within about a week. As I say, we're bringing on new products. We're clearing ones that are not moving as fast. Therefore, those products, the Sports Energy Lights, our Brain Mag, etc. We also are going to be dropping a flavorless version of Calm Mind. The flavored version, the cherry flavored, is fantastically popular. So that flavorless version of Calm Mind is available as well, and that will be on a sale price also. So we have a Life Support Special. This is a very popular product, Life Support. That is also on special at $71.96. No intention of dropping that. It's fantastically popular. Life Support Special. We have a Cognition Plus sale, which is our brain formula, and that is on sale price. And Silver 100 Spray. We always have sale prices on our silver, which is the only ionic, colloidal, non-nanoparticle silver in the world. It's hundreds to thousands of times stronger than any other silver. We also have a sale running continuously on our QRMA devices. These are fantastic for quantum resonance analysis. So if I combine your wellness and medical history, any documents and x-rays and MRIs and blood tests you send, along with a QRMA, you can send something as simple as this is my complaints, doc, these are my problems, and you have a QRMA device, and we will analyze it for you and your family. And as long as you have the device just for you and your immediate family, not for everybody down the block. The QRMA devices are amazing, and those are on sale now at $17.59, including all your consult reports for you and your family. So that's a remarkable deal. Allison Med Sale, 90 veggie caps. This is the 200 milligrams stronger power than Alamed. That's a double the price, so it is a fantastic deal. And one of our top products is Collagen Max, which is on sale price at $44.59. This is a researched and developed in Switzerland. It is the first and only product in the world that triples the rate of the proline transhydroxylase to make new elastin, collagen, hyaluronic acid polymer for your skin and your joints, and to rebuild every tissue. So Collagen Max, amazing, even for your eyes, your liver, your kidneys, your ligaments, your bones, and of course Cardiovite capsules. We have free shipping on all sizes. Amazing deal, and of course we're now private labeling that over. It's going to be called CardioVasc. That's Dr. Bill's version. Down the road, I may make some minor alterations to the formula. At the moment, it's identical to our current formula. The Canadian version, they removed ginkgo biloba, which we have not done. So that gives you some of the idea of some of the amazing specials. So check it out. If you look over on our products page, you'll see some other issues that may be on specials as well. And we'll have at the bottom of the hour, we're going to have Dave Mitchell be joining us. The other things that we're working on is we're working on a special Nutrimed app that'll be on your iPhone, iPad, or computer. You simply fill in a few questions, press the button, and boom, it'll tell you the top products we'd recommend for those particular issues. You can actually directly send that link over directly to our orders page, and then just press a button, fill in your credit card and shipping, and bam, it's all done. So that's going to make that very simple for you. That's another option that we're going to make available. It'll be a really reasonable cost for that Nutrimedical app. That'll be coming down the road. That's in process. The Dr. U book is being worked on daily, and that's coming out. You'll see I'm going through A, B, C's, etc. of the wellness conditions, and I'm going to be updating the Dr. U book and available probably by the 4th of July sale. So by the 4th of July sale is my plan. The Dr. U book will be available. It'll be fairly hefty. It'll have most of our current wellness top protocols, a lot more information than in the wellness conditions on the wellness page. There'll be a lot more information than on there, on the wellness page. So it'll be well worthwhile getting it, and it'll be in an ebook. We will also make the option of people getting a little more expensive, a ring-bound version of the Dr. U book, but it'll be integrating the best of medicine, advanced diagnostics, everything from 23andMe and functional medicine testing, QRMA and 8DLRS, to the simple stuff of what's wrong with me and why can't I get better, and how do I simply start with ABC. And you don't have to do everything. You can start off with something as simple as taking life support or Vitamineral Max. You don't have to do everything. And once you realize that you're not treating yourself based on symptoms, but you're treating on the basis of imbalances. And that's what's really exciting about this, is that you're starting to reverse that. Also, I spoke this morning to Dr. Fred Graves. We'll be bringing Dr. Fred Graves back on in Jurisdictionary on the program. He offers the best pro se litigant training course in the world, and they're not just for America, but for other countries as well. This course is fantastic, and we've had him on and off for a number of years. He'll be coming back on the program. I'm also planning on having Michael Chen, our engineering scientist from China, has clinics in Shanghai and Hong Kong, who has worked on the version of the 8D-LRIS that interfaces to create a morphogenic field with our X-Vitalizer and the sonic vibrational platform machines. They can create, we call morphogenic fields, to help stimulate your epigenetics to heal you. And they have amazing diagnostics. This device, which we sell right now, can section down to your individual organs like an ultrasound or MRI or high-resolution CT. All you do is put headphones on. It's just a special sound vibration and analysis by this nonlinear system developed by Dr. Nemtsov. And it can tell you if you have a certain pathogen in your gut, if you have a blocked artery in your heart, if you have a specific hormonal or other imbalance or problem in your brain. It can show you inflammation in the anterior portion of your eye or glaucoma. It's just remarkable. And it may direct you, if you want to do more conventional testing, if you had a retinal issue or signs of neuropathy, you can do things like a EMG nerve conduction study done by a conventional neurologist, or an axon 2 nerve scan done by a physiatrist, or one of the doctors we've trained over the years on the axon 2 sensory nerve scan, immunological testing. So you can start as simple or go as complex as you want, but that's all coming. So phone apps, Dr. U book, clearance sale today. You want great prices, you want free delivery, order it today. We're shipping it out, and we're bringing on brand new and updated products like sports energy lights, which you're going to love, just like your Combine. Back in just a moment.
We all know that Berkey Water Purification Systems are the most trusted name in water filtration. As an authorized Berkey dealer for over 6 years and serving thousands of satisfied customers, the Berkey Guy offers amazing specials for Berkey Water Filtration Systems. The Berkey Light Systems include a set of self-sterilizing and recleanable black purification elements that purify water by removing chlorine, pathogenic bacteria, cysts, and parasites to non-detectable levels and remove harmful chemicals such as herbicides and pesticides. Order the Berkey Light System today, complete with 2 black Berkey elements for only $231, and the Berkey Guy will ship your order free of charge. With the purchase of a Berkey Light, the Berkey Guy is also offering a set of fluoride and arsenic filters for only $39.99. That's over 30% off the retail price. Call the Berkey Guy at 1-877-886-3653. That's 1-877-886-3653. Or order online at goberkey.com. That's goberkey.com today.
Gold isn't for you? Ted Anderson, president of Midas Resources, one of the world's premier gold and precious metal investing firms. I get it. You wouldn't buy gold if you believed that the government is doing a great job, that the Fed will stop handing out trillions of dollars like bailout candy, that Social Security would be there for you. That's not what's happening. You might even pass on gold if the stimulus package wouldn't fuel inflation, or that the dollar wouldn't lose value, or that your retirement would be secure. If all looks rosy to you, then now is not the time to buy gold. For the realist, there have never been more sobering reasons to diversify with gold. Since 2001, the U.S. dollar index has tanked 30% while gold has risen 300%. Right now, savvy investors are adding gold to their portfolios. You should too. Find out what they know. Call us and I'll send you 10 reasons why gold will do very well, free. 800-686-2237. 800-686-2237. That's 800-686-2237.
This alert just came in. This special announcement is for business owners and leaders of organizations who've been waiting for the right time to build. General Steel has made it impossible to wait any longer with rock-bottom prices that could save you thousands. That's right, General Steel, America's leader in pre-engineered structures, is offering buildings at prices you will never see again. Don't miss these prices. A 50 by 100 for $35,000. You heard right. That's 5,000 square feet for $35,000. Manufacturers, if you need a larger building, try a 100 by 100 commercial building for $129,000. You can't afford to rent with these prices. Imagine a 70 by 100-foot church building for under $69,000. With the economy improving and interest rates still at historic lows, you can't afford to wait. So call 866-91-STEEL. Lock in your price now. Call 866-91-STEEL. That's 866-917-8335.
The Genesis Communications Network is one of America's premier broadcasters of captivating talk radio. We thank you for listening. Now, just imagine there are thousands of people who are just as passionate about radio as you are. But what you may not realize is how easy and affordable it is to advertise with us. Radio commercials for your business could be heard on hundreds of radio stations across the U.S. every day. We can help you by creating an effective radio advertising campaign for your company. From script writing to producing your commercial, just like the one you're listening to right now. No other network provides the level of customer service we do. When it comes to radio advertising, we are your one-stop shop. And no matter how big or small your business is, we can help. Email us at advertise@gcnlive.com, and an experienced advertising executive will help you take the first step towards driving more customers to your business or website. Advertise@gcnlive.com. Easy, affordable, effective. Free from the shackles of corporate America, we're the place for independent thinkers. GCN.
And welcome back. We'll be joined in just a minute. Before we are joined by Dave Mitchell, our real estate guru and broker here in Southern California. We have Iran claiming that they detained a U.S. ship in the Gulf, and of course it was flagged internationally. But the state-owned Fars and IRNA news agency said that the cargo ship was an American. However, it was flagged apparently as a Maersk Tigris under Marshall Islands flagged vessel, which is typical. This is, of course, through the Strait of Hormuz, and it's what I've said already. If things get worse and they keep on attacking the Houthi rebels with the, Saudi Arabia, now the Saudi Arabian military has decided that, and this is their main military, they're no longer going to collaborate with the attack. So they're anteing it up one. What basically Iran is saying, if you continue to attack the Houthi rebels, Saudi Arabia, we're going to close off the Strait of Hormuz, and 1/3 of the world's oil would be shut off immediately. So Iran is upping it, and I don't doubt that they have the capacity to completely shut it off with Iranian backing and the S-400 anti-aircraft system. They are bulletproof from us attacking them with nuclear missiles, and we will get quite a large shock if we think just attacking Iran will be another proxy war. It will not. It will be a devastating Donnybrook, where American military and naval forces are going to meet their match, especially if the Russians move their advanced navy into the area. So look out. The Iranians are on the move. If they're detaining a cargo ship, a U.S. flagged under U.S. another foreign country, you know that the Iranians are saying, stop attacking or we're going to shut the strait. What do you think of that, Dave? As I say, I know you don't like to talk about controversial things, so the first thing I do is put you on the spot. You don't have to respond. Let's talk about...
I didn't hear the whole...
Well, it was basically the Iran claims that they're detaining a U.S. cargo ship in the Gulf, so they threatened to close the Strait of Hormuz off, which is what I've been saying all along is going to happen if we continue to support the Saudi attack on the Houthi rebels. And the Saudi army, by the way, this week has stood down. They're refusing to follow orders by their commanders. And we're not talking about a militia force. We're talking about the main Saudi Arabian army are basically not going to follow the air attacks with a ground force. So that's pretty well the end of that mess. And Iran sent a ship earlier this week, last week, and they actually turned around after they came down to intercept American naval forces there and bring supplies to the Houthi rebels. This is going to really heat up if we continue to support Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia, by the way, I think their own army has basically stood back because they realize this, if it gets into a shooting war, Riyadh, Saudi Arabia is going to go up in flames. And if they think they're going to get away with attacking Russian vessels in the Gulf, the American Navy, they're fools and they're going to die a very vicious death and going to Davy Jones' locker in the Red Sea. Interesting. It'll be red with blood, and it'll be American blood. But of course we have an idiot in chief in our government, and he doesn't know how to run things or how to negotiate from a position of strength, and it's not surprising. We always make strange alliances with people that are out of our control, like Saudi Arabia and Israel. And it's not surprising we play both sides of the thing by arming the Houthi, by arming the ISIL on the one hand, and then asking for alliances with Iran to fight these people on the other hand. It's pretty duplicitous and sneaky, and it's going to get us in a lot more trouble than we can ever get out of. So we had, of course, the police attack last night in Baltimore. I have an individual who definitely was not resisting. They broke his leg and then in custody broke his neck. And I dealt with that in the first segment, gave my viewpoint on it. People need to realize that, and you're the prepper maestro, if you want to call it, of real estate. Dave, you've got a property down in Alpine, and you have fruit and nut trees. You've got many acres. You've got a couple wells. You've got chickens. You know how to buy and sell real estate and get land for people if they just want to sell their home in a big city like Los Angeles and move to a rural area like the outskirts, like I am, the outskirts of Vista, California, up in the mountains. You found our home for us back 7 years ago. You're the master of it, and you can also do what I call very clever things with getting people into the land and property that they otherwise couldn't get into. Can you give some options as to how you help people to sell their home and to get into a piece of property, even if they don't have a house on it, or if they have can bring in a fifth wheel? What can you do for people to try to get them out of their current situation, which I tell people with the way the economy is in the world, you do not want to be in any large city in any country, whether it's Sao Paulo, Brazil, or Los Angeles. You want to get out. You want to be in the outskirts at the most if you have to commute in to work. You do not want to live in any large city at all. How can you help them?
Well, I can help them sell their place wherever it is, pretty much in the southern half of California. Right. I'm licensed to do all of California.
Right.
But I can help them sell their property and also acquire the property, however they want to do it. There's many different ways you can do it. Everything from, like you said, a fifth wheel to you could convert a garage. You could use one of those turtle tough shelters. Set up a tent, many options.
Yeah, turtle tough shelters are good. Yeah, we've had a gentleman on that makes the turtle tough shelters. Those are very good. And if people want to get one, they need to contact me directly, and I will try to make the arrangements. I don't have a banner ad or whatever, and periodically I bring that gentleman back on the program. But if they want to get a turtle tough shelter, call me directly or email, and I can make all the arrangements for them. They'll get the best price possible because we get some cuts for them.
So as far as properties, well, like for instance, I have a property right now. It has $3,500 a month income just from renting out the shop and the guest house. So somebody could practically live in the property almost for free, because $3,500 would almost make your payments with any kind of down payment. It's a $700,000 purchase price, but the property has all kinds of fruit trees, probably about 30. Good places to plant a garden. It's at the end of the road, pretty private. defensible.
Yeah. That's really good. And it has wells on it, et cetera, right?
Yep, it's on well, on septic. It even has a root cellar that you could, or it could be a hidden room that's cleverly hidden in the basement.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very well temperature controlled. Also, it's cool in the house all year round.
That sounds really good. So you have all kinds of great options to help people, and you also have people that will even that are trying to sell that'll actually. They have financial things where the seller will do things for the buyer. Tell us about those kind of options.
What the seller will do as far as...
Seller will often pick up a lot of the financing and so on in order to get people to take over the property as well.
Yeah, some of the properties the owner would carry financing. If it's land, they have good land loans that I know of. 30-year land loan with 30% down. That's just... And then I have... individual lenders that'll loan on different projects, if they want to build more on the property, that kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
I know a lot about putting manufactured homes on property. Done those for about 25 years.
Uh-huh. Very good.
That can be one of the cheapest ways to build is to get a foreclosed manufactured home out of a park and move it on the property. I mean, I've seen them.
Well, that's really clever because a lot of these manufactured homes are actually more stable and more solid than a conventionally designed or built home because they actually have to be strong enough to be mobile and put together in units.
That's right.
So you can actually purchase a home elsewhere and then move it onto the property, and then you're all set. And that's a very clever way of doing it too. So if they want to contact you, Dave, how do they contact you? What's the phone number? Is it 619-990-6050?
That's right.
619-990-6050. Yeah, stay right there, Dave. We're going to get into some wellness and other topics, but I'd like you to stay around because maybe, and again, there's no such thing as a bad question. Everything's great. Call in, 800-259-5791 on wellness, medical, real estate topics, prepping. Dave's here. He's a prepper master.
What if Americans could have A, better health, B, a lower incidence of cancer, and C, a lower occurrence of fibrocystic disease of the breast, all from simply consuming more iodine? Nutridyne Iodine from Dr. Bill Deagle's Nutrimedical.com is the answer. The toxicity of modern life is adversely impacting iodine levels. For example, Americans who are more exposed to fluoride than other populations have a desperate need for more iodine. Edgar Casey's diatomic iodine, known as Nutridyne from Nutrimedical.com, is a universal pathogen killer that helps regenerate cellular energy. If you suffer from low thyroid, chronic fatigue, mitochondria function, or to just feel better, then take a few drops of Nutridyne every day. Order Nutridyne at Nutrimedical.com or call 888-212-8871. That's 888-212-8871. Or go to Nutrimedical.com, spelled N-U-T-R-I Medical.com. Nutrimedical.com, bringing nutrition and medicine together.
Heart and Body Extract continues to receive positive testimonials from people who have experienced amazing results, like Reed.
I just wanted to send you a quick but a very big thank you for Heart and Body Extract. I've been on the formula for nearly a month now, and the improvement in the circulation of my legs has been simply amazing.
Reed was facing a tough choice.
I was facing surgery due to the severity of the 100% blocked arteries in both my legs. And my decision, waiting for surgery, to say no and try Heart and Body Extract instead, has been thankfully the right decision.
And the result?
I can now walk up steps without noticeable pain.
Order Heart and Body Extract at 866-295-5305, 866-295-5305, or hbextract.com. Heart and Body Extract for a long and healthy life.
It's time to build your own emergency food stockpile with the industry leader, My Patriot Supply. Once you try them, you'll know why so many Americans like you have made them part of their emergency preparedness plan. Experience the My Patriot Supply difference today with this unbelievable offer. Right now, a 4-week food supply is only $99, and that includes free shipping. That's 50% off the online price. Call 800-274-3070 to claim yours. Limit 2 per caller while supplies last. This offer isn't available online, so you want to make sure and grab this opportunity to get prepared today. 800-274-3070 to get your 4-week food supply for the incredible price of only $99, and it'll be shipped to you completely free. Call 800-274-3070 right now. That's 800-274-3070 to claim yours while supplies last. Don't wait. Call today.
Friends, this is Alex Jones for MidasResources.com. For more than 15 years, I have exclusively used Midas Resources for all my precious metal needs. Whether it's bullion or collectibles you're looking for, Midas Resources is simply the best. I own my gold as a hedge against inflation. This Federal Reserve fiat currency could go the way of the Deutschmark and the Weimar Republic anytime. In these historically dangerous times, it makes sense to physically hold gold and silver. Midas already has some of the best deals in the industry. But if you give them a call and mention the radio special, they will give you a list of the day's super specials. Midas brokers are standing by to answer all your questions at 800-686-2237. They also have a lot of informative free literature explaining the opportunities and risk of holding precious metals. They are ready to answer your questions at 800-686-2237. Again, that's 800-686-2237.
Not just an alternative to the mainstream media. We're the premier independent talk radio network. We are GCN.
Back to the Nutrimedical report. And remember, it's your show out there for you, all you listeners, your Dr. You students that are going to become experts in taking care of your health, and that includes you as doctors themselves. It's amazing how many physicians and health providers I consult with weekly to try to get their health back on track. And they'll do it privately. They obviously want to learn new nutraceutical technologies, or what we call functional medicine. I have to clarify something. Someone was driving along and listening and thought we're dropping our Combine. No. Combine's one of our top products. The cherry flavor Combine is selling in flats. People literally buy the entire flat. The Combine flavorless, people, they don't want to add to their coffee or tea. So we're clearing the Combine flavorless. It's on a special price now. We're going to buy it at $27.96 per container, which is phenomenal, and free shipping. We're also dropping the Ageless Energize, and that one is going to be $59.49. Glycemics Chocolate Mint, we're keeping the Glycemics Vanilla. People love it. And the Glycemics Chocolate Mint is a phenomenal price of $55.96, free shipping. And NutriComplete, which is a red greens drink, veggie blend. Very excellent product, but because people aren't buying enough of it, we're just dropping it. It's not going to be carried anymore. That one is going to be $48.96. We are bringing on Sports Energy Lights. These are these nitrogen sachet, the most powerful sport energy and we call mitochondrial energizing, electrolyte energizing drink. In fact, they're so powerful, it has to be in a nitrogen-sealed sachet, a big one. You open it up, drop it in your glass, and you get this fantastic fruit and grape flavored drink. Regenerates your electrolytes if you're doing any physical activity, activates your mitochondria. And if you're just sitting around, I have literally a thermos of it, and I sip on it all day long. It is fantastic. So just like our Brain Mag and our Calm Mind, this is going to help regenerate people's lives. We're also going to be going over a number of nutraceuticals that I need to discuss that I think are solidly on our protocols, and we are not going to drop them. And I want to review a few of those right now. First one is Nutrifos. We have people out there that want to regenerate their liver, their kidneys, their solid organs, their skin, their brain. You have to take Nutrifos, which is phospholipids, if you're going to do that, and Neurogen. I usually recommend both. Green Tea Select, if you want to detoxify your body or burn off fat, one of the best detoxification agents is Green Tea Select. Superfolate. the most common metabolic disorder that anybody has in the world is the folic acid conversion block. And whether you're trying to make a new healthy baby, or you're trying to recover from chemo, or you just wanted to be super healthy and get rid of uric acid and homocysteine, and you want to increase neurotransmitter conversion to reverse depression, you want to detoxify heavy metals, superfolate, extremely important. Lactose blocker, we are going to be discontinuing lactose blocker as well. It is an excellent product. It's the only neutral pH lactose blocker, but because you're not buying sufficient quantities, we are figuring we'll not carry it anymore unless we see a strong response saying people want something to block milk lactose. The cell detox glutathione. This is an incredible product. It is more powerful than IV glutathione. We will be continuing to provide the lactose blocker, by the way, and the cell detox glutathione. The cell detox glutathione converts directly for your glutathione peroxidase. It's the most powerful way to get rid of hydroperoxy radical to protect your brain, your blood vessel walls, etc. We have a lot of people who keep on sending me protocols wanting requests to help their heart. If you want to lower cholesterol and abnormal lipids, including small particle HDL and VLDL cholesterol, omega cod liver liquid is the treatment, the nutraceutical treatment of choice. You do not want to take an HMG-CoA reductase inhibitor, such as Crestor, Lipitor, Zocor. If you're having hot flashes, or if you're trying to prevent male hormone converting to female, we call male andropause or female menopause, you want to be taking Flash Away or Hormone Synergy. They're the same product, Flash Away and Hormone Synergy. And if you're trying to reduce the xenotoxins in your body, which is a great problem for not only cancer in women, but prostate cancer in men, pancreatic cancer, brain cancer, etc., are xenoestrogen toxins, xenoestrogen detox. So again, I'll repeat that again, Nutrifos for solid organ regeneration, your liver, heart, kidneys, brain, everything. Green tea select to detox and to burn off calories more than almost anything. One capsule equals 10 pots of green tea. Superfolate, absolutely essential if you're going to lower uric acid or you're going to get rid of homocysteine, activate neurotransmitters in your brain, and activate detoxification using methylation pathways to get rid of heavy metals. Lactose blocker, the best neutral pH lactase in the world. There's nothing comparable. There isn't anything in the pharmacy shelves or anything. We have the only one. Cell detox glutathione, along with Nutritrala and Regenerex. These are the three biggies to knock out free radicals. Nutritrala, long-acting alpha-lipoic acid, the only long-acting LA anywhere. Cell detox glutathione, more powerful than IV glutathione, lasts longer. And Regenerex, omega cod liver liquid. This is what you need to take for fat-soluble vitamins A, D, E, and K, and for lowering cholesterol to the normal range and lowering abnormal small particle HDL and VLDL cholesterol. These are the bad ones that form foam cells. Melatonin time release. If you want to sleep, 1 milligram, I take 2 to 3 of these a night. They are fantastic. You take 2 to 3, you take 1 milligram immediate release per tablet. They're little. And 4 milligrams slow release. I usually will take 2 or 3 melatonin TR, depending on how energized I am. And you get a fantastic sleep, great dreams, and we call rapid eye movement sleep. Very restorative. Flash Away, which is the aparental neurinogen to block hormone conversion, male hormone to female in males, and female hormone to male hormone, especially things like polycystic ovarian syndrome or menopause. And the name we call Flash Away or Hormone Synergy. And then Xenoestrogen Detox. Xenoestrogen Detox, an incredibly powerful product for detoxification. So I recommend for detox BioLVR, Xenoestrogen Detox, NutriDefense. My product NutriDefense is the most powerful, important product besides Nutridyne. NutriDefense is the most powerful, important product in the Nutrimedical armamentarium. It has the most powerful antioxidant called the anhydrous polyphenol. It has the most powerful T-cell stimulant. It has a product called IP6 to neutralize free iron in the body. And it has the components to neutralize viruses, both capsid RNA and DNA viruses, by stripping the capsule of the virus. So NutriDefense is a very, very important nutraceutical product. It's number 2 right after Nutridyne. So latest is Sports Energy Light Drink. It has nitrogen sachets. We will be probably posting it up within a week, receiving our first orders from a manufacturer. We've been doing testing for some time now It is absolutely amazing. It activates your ATP, protects your cells, tissues, and muscles and brain, protects your electrolytes, stops free radical damages, activates your mitochondria. It is a fantastic energizer drink. There's nothing like it. This is like 5 centuries ahead of the old, Gatorade kind of thing. Even the Gatorade with magnesium that I remember flying many years ago was one of the senior techs from the Gatorade company. This is the most advanced regenerative drink for anybody, whether you're physically active or just trying to keep your body on an even keel. The Sports Energy Light drink is amazing. And you take a little sachet, throw it in a glass of water, and away you go. It's remarkable. So that gives you a little bit more information there. Some of the latest news, and we're talking about some things that deal with prepping news. Dave, when we talk about priorities, the first thing we want to do is make sure people have adequate amounts of water. We have a roof water collection system. In Australia, it's the law. If you're in an area which is relative drought, whether it's Texas, New Mexico, California, etc., even if you have a well, you should have a roof water collection system, because you never know if your well is going to decrease its output. The second thing is you should have water that's already filtered in containers in your home, ready to go. And if you travel, you should always have at least a couple of 5-gallon jugs with water spouts on them in your car, so that if you ever get stuck somewhere, you have clean filtered water. There's nothing worse than running out of water, is there, Dave?
That sounds absolutely. Can't live too long without it.
Second thing, again, you get your real estate options, and I'm going to give your number again, 619-990-6050. You've got some neat ideas. You can grab a piece of land with the owner sometimes financing the costs of the whole process. You can get these extremely low interest rate loans and special loan arrangements. Then you can bring a manufactured home on the property or a fifth wheel. There's lots of ways to get out of the big city and get yourself into an environment where you can start growing your own food, prepping for whatever's coming next. And believe me, what's coming next is going to happen